Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, good morning. It is a good. It is a good morning. Hold on one second. 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 Good morning. I'm so sorry for the delay, but this is a really important topic to me. Um, I was sitting back, basically, right, and I was thinking about topics what I want to talk about. That was really important to me. So I was sharing something with my Muslim sister. We both were sharing something. We was going into topics and stuff like that. We was basically going into topics, and I was trying to figure out the topic that I was going to talk about. So the topic that I want to talk about that's really important, that needs to be talked about amongst the righteous and spiritual community, whether it's Jews, Christians, and Muslims. There's one little piece in the scriptures. I'm gonna read the whole thing, but there's one little piece that I want to take out. It's the first and foremost of righteousness. It's the first and foremost of monotheism. It's the first and foremost of the foundation to worship one creator. And the reason why I'm saying that is because um, most of us don't get the big picture. Most of us don't get the understanding on what the creator says and why is he saying this, and why did he say towards the end, I've, I perfected your way of life. I perfected your righteousness and named it Islam. And not just Islam, but I perfected your righteousness, your way of life. Right? What do he mean by this? What do he mean by this? What agreement that he uphold amongst the ancient ancestor? All right? What was the agreement? The agreement was that during this time, during Adam time, basically, and the descendants of Adam, we are all the descendants of Adam, right? You have righteous, ancient ancestors way before Christ time. There was no Jews, there was no Christians, there was no Muslims. They was called uply God right ones. This is part one. It's going to be a part two. They was called uply God right ones, right? They was the leading force. They was the true bloodline to the monotheism, to the worship of one creator, the Almighty, basically. These individuals were so in tune with the creator, right? There was no scriptures that was sent down. They talked to the creator telepathically, without speech. Without speech. They telepathically communicate with him, and he communicate with them. Basically, in teaching them what to do upon the earth. These ancient ancestors. How the ancient ancestors came about and how they built these pyramids was the study in the communication with bees, termites, and ants. And any other creature was at that time to teach them how to build shelter above their body during different seasons, right? Rain, snow, sun, and all of these other things. This is where we get our teachings from. This is why it is very, very important that we look at these things closely, right? And it tells us where we come from. The ancient ancestors used to freely transform their spirit openly, secretly, in and out their body, beyond the zones of the heavens. Beyond the zones of the heavens. The Creator in scriptures tells of this. And through different prophets and different messages that came about, right, that brought scriptures and some in their very DNA, they talk to birds and bees and trees, right, and rocks and ants. Yes, they did. One of them is King Solomon, right? Peace and blessings be upon him. Moses talked to the Creator directly. Some of these traces that the ancient ancestors did, right, was in some of the bloodlines of these prophets and messengers. We are the very soil. We are the very earth. The earth is us, right? And we are the earth. No, I'm not talking about Jesus. That's on topic 2. I'm going to talk about, that's in topic 2. But yes, Jesus was blessed with gifts, right? Was blessed with gifts of healing, right? And all of these other things, these great messages came, right? Came from the ancient ancestors that used to freely do this amongst each other. They used to telepathically talk to each other. This is actual facts. And it started where? In the West. It started in the West. It started in the West. And with the West that I'm talking about, in America. In America. Yes. America is a blessed land. It's blessed. It's holy. An individual is not going to tell you this. They're not going to tell you this. This is why a lot of things are going on over here in America. A lot of things are going on in America. The reason why America, right, is plagued with so much of what's going on, because it is blessed. Anywhere that there is righteousness, right, to uphold the scriptures and to uphold the oneness of the Creator, is going to be met with this evil, barbaric, twisted way of life. Drama upon drama, death upon death, confusion upon confusion. It's going to be met with that, because there's a strong force of spirituality over there. We got to plague that. This is why I said it's very, very important we know who we are. I am not African. I am from this very blessed land that they call America. We are the indigenous people of this land of America. We was here. We built pyramids. We come from the very, very bloodline of Adam. the people in the West. Let's not get it twisted. I'm jacking this way of life. I'm jacking this over here. And what's brought upon us is through the descendants. And the descendants that we have, if we can go back and see all our the descendants that procreated inventions that bless America. Why do you think everybody from all around the country, from Mecca, from everywhere, from the Middle East, wants to come over here to America? Why do you think that? Why do you think these things? Huh? These things that need to be talked about. It needs to be talked about because this is very important. That means that this is a blessed land because the Creator says it. He says it. He says it. In the Quran, in the scriptures. So these things need to be looked at and really studied because we've been telling a lot of things different. Now, I'm not your average Muslims. I don't wear the jalabiyah, you know, the Muslim garment. I don't wear that. I wear my garment because the Creator is not going to judge you based on your clothes, based on your bed, based on certain things. He's going to judge you based on your belief in Him. That's where He's going to judge you at, of your attention. So I'm not your typical Muslim. Yes, I am Muslim. Yes, 100%, all the way. So the Creator says in Arabic, right? And I'm gonna read it in Arabic. This is all Arabic, right? This is all Arabic Quran. All Arabic. I won this in the contest. They thought a brother from the hood couldn't do it. Read the Arabic and learn the Arabic. I learned this in the Arabic class. Yes. So I'm going to read it in Arabic, and then I'm going to translate it into English, right? But I'm going to read the whole thing because it's very long. This is chapter 2, verse 177. Chapter 2, verse 177 in the Quran. Bear with me this long. Laysa bi biwa antulu wajuhakum bi no ki bala mashrikin wal maghribi wala kina birra man amana billahi wal yami akhiri wal malaikati wal kitabi wana bi ina wa an tal ma la ala hubi hi the we ku bi wal jata ma wal masakina wab nasabi li wasa i jina wafi rikabi wa aka mas salata wa an ta za kata wal mufuna bi ag bi ag di him ida ahadu wasabi rina fil basa I wadaw Ra'i wahi nal masi ulaika ladina sadaku wa ulaika huma muttaqun. He said, right? This is 2, verse 177. I'm going to make my point here, right? I'm going to make my point. Hold on 1 second. He said, it is not righteous that ye turn your face towards east or west, but it is righteous to believe in the Almighty, the last day, the angels, the book, the messenger, to spend out of your substance, out of the love for him, the Almighty, for your kin, for the orphan, for the needy, for the wafer, and for those who ask for ransom of slaves, to be steadfast in prayer and practice regular charity, to fulfill the contract which he had made, and to be firm and patient in pain and suffering and adversity, and throughout all periods of panic. Such are the people of truth, the Almighty fearing. To get back to my point, it is not righteous that ye turn your face to the east and west. The east and west are blessed lands. These are some of the most powerful people, right? The indigenous people. He's talking about the indigenous people, the direct descendants of the ancient ancestors. He didn't say it's not righteousness that you turn your face to the east and west, meaning that these lands that he has chosen for blessedness, as you look and see, everybody want to come to the west. They want to come to the west, and especially America. They want to come here. It's because do the descendants, which is us, uphold and fought and procreated all of these inventions to put us on top of the leading force of civilization. We did that over here in the West. The descendants of the ancient ancestors, the indigenous people of this earth, us. Yes, every war, everything that was fought, we won the war. We fought against those, the intruders. We even fought against those that stole our land. This is our land, okay? And through Adam was here. Adam was here. The descendants of Adam was here. This is why all through the West, there's pyramids. Everywhere you go in every state, there's pyramids. There's the indigenous people that bore forth knowledge and wisdom and civilization to the creation of the earth. We was created to balance the earth. The Creator says right here, it is not righteous that you turn your face to the east and west. Why is he saying the east and west? Because the east and west, right, is given scriptures. The east and west is given the bloodline. This is where the bloodline is at of the ancient ancestors. And especially in America. And especially in America. And especially in New York. In all the civilization. In all communities. This is why he's saying this. America is a blessed land. It's blessed with spirituality. It's blessed. Why you think we have it so hard? Why you think we gotta constantly keep fighting this murder, death, kill, barbaric, even twisted life? This is something to think about. It is not righteous that you turn your face to the east and west, but it's righteous that you believe in the one, the Alpha Omega. He put him first. And our ancestors, the ancient ancestors, believed in him and worshiped him and used to talk to him constant on a daily basis as he give them information to uplift their lives upon this earth. This is why he told Adam that I'm not going to leave you into the darkness. I'm not going to leave you there. Have patience. I'm going to send down word. And when he mean that he send down word, right, he telepathically talked to him and told him what to do and instruct, right, and instruct the ants, the birds and bees and termites to talk and to teach them how to build structures and teach them how to build shelter upon himself. Because when he came down, he didn't know nothing. He didn't know about this earth. He didn't know anything. He had to be taught. Along as well with murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted way of life was down here too. He was down here too. Hiding in the shadows. Waiting for his moment after earth get populated for him to do his dirt. He want everybody to jack his way of life. That's what he want. That's what he want. But the simple fact is over here. It is not righteous. Meaning that, yes, it's a blessed land. He has put his hand on these lands, the east and west. The east and west. We all know that the west have a major technology and major adventures that they built over there. Rolled down on the walls, on the pyramids and stuff like that. We too. Where do you think they get their information from? From us. This is why the Creator says that. Because this is where all the ancient ancestors are from. They are from there, the east and west. They used to talk to each other telepathically. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. They used to travel back and forth. In and out the heavens. The east and west. They the one that led the civilizations and civilized everything in creation. And at the time, they put upon balance and justice when there wasn't no balance and justice, where the other entities was here before us. Wasn't upholding the justice and balance. We was created to put the balance and justice. And yes, the ancestors was doing it. They was until they got backdoor by learning the ways and actions of this evil, demonic, twisted way of life. So the Creator gave a big shout out to the West. The West is a blessed land. This land is blessed over here. America is blessed with the very bloodline of the ancient ancestors, which is through us. Which was created from this very earth, which all civilization was birthed to us, came through us, our bloodline, right? And then after the flood spread it out. Because at that time, the flood, you know why the flood happened? The flood happened because there was no religion, there was nothing going on. So it was between belief and non-belief. And non-belief was overspreading rapidly. Yes, it was spreading rapidly. The Creator did a pact and did an agreement with the ancient ancestors that he was going to carry on, right? Carry on the bloodline and save the bloodline to worship him. This is all facts, beloved. This is why he said it is not righteous that ye turn your face to the east and west. Meaning Muslims, right? In all religion, at one particular time in all religion, we pray towards the east and west. We pray towards the east and west because this is where the first house of worship and this is where the foundation of worship started at, in the east and west, because these lands are blessed and holy. Why do you think Shaitan attacks any and everywhere? He attacks it especially over here in the West. It ain't everybody, all civilizations. He think he has a strong hold on the West, but we are here. The bloodline is here. We're going to push back this evil, barbaric, twisted mindset, which has destroyed generation in civilization. So the flood, right, washed away all of the pyramid, because when it was mudslides, it went on top of us. As you dig up the earth, you will find many pyramids that is here. Nobody was living in no huts, which people paint. It's false a narrative. They wasn't living in huts. We wasn't living in no huts. We were living in pyramids. One of the major pyramids, one of the big pyramids, is in Central Park. That's a big pyramid over there. There was pyramids right there. So I need us to understand what he's talking about. Muslim salam out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The East and West. East and West. This is where the scripture's at. And all the people know that is righteous know that this is where is the scriptures at, and this is where the ancient ancestors in the bloodline at. So they give respect and admiration by salaming to the East and West. But it does not make you righteous. Understand that? You still have to do it, but it doesn't make you righteous. Will make you righteous that you believe in the Creator. That is the first step from the ancient ancestors. And then towards the end, what he said with the Prophet Muhammad, that was the bloodline right there. The seal of, it wasn't the end of the bloodline, it was the seal of the prophets. The seal of the prophets, because it's different between prophets and messengers. Prophets was given scriptures. Messengers are given a task. You could be a prophet and messenger. You could be a prophet and messenger. You could be two. Or you could just be a prophet and not a messenger. We had a lot of messengers, and they was blessed with wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Look at Joseph. He was blessed with the interpretation of dreams. All of these things that ancient ancestors already had in their blood, and it was passed down and saved through the Creator. And all the way up until now, you are blessed. The West is a blessing land. Don't let nobody tell you something different. Everybody wants to come over here. Everybody wants to come over here. From everywhere. Wants to come here and gain sanctuary. But by right, they're supposed to come to the indigenous people of the earth, the spiritual people that was given sanctuary with the Creator. That's another story that was taken from us. You know how we fought for this land? We fought and died. Our blood. It's history of it. We fought and died from the Crusaders. And we are still fighting and dying right now for this very earth and land, this blessed land, which our ancient ancestors built pyramids and taught all civilization, even the West. We taught each other. All the ancestors, the ancient ancestors, we all taught each other, and they did not backdoor each other. It was the descendants after time went past backdoor each other. So the Creator basically, because being that there wasn't no religion, it just was up to God right ones, he had to set boundaries. Now he started basically, right, setting rules and regulation for all of the civilizations through us, because it wasn't structured before. So he had to structure all of this, right, to give it to us, and then start separating these certain things so everybody can know their place. He even said that he had to do it that way. He had to map it out that way. Because at one time, what he said, all civilization was but of one, and they differ later on. All civilization and everybody was what one. He said the human race was one, but they differed later. The reason why they differ due to murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted way of life that played a part in that and got inside your mind, body, and soul and corrupted you and destroyed you. And that's why we started differing and fighting and started doing non-belief and belief because of free will. You heard what the Creator says. He said, do not let him get you out of the state of the garden like he got your parents out the state of the garden by trickery and foolery. And he's been doing this for a very long time. He know all the prophets and he know all the scriptures. He know all the nicks and cranny. This is why I've been a big king to destroy all the bloodlines, all civilization, all of mankind. There's no disrespect to the South and North. There's no disrespect to the South and North. No disrespect. But he specifically said the East and West. The East and West is to lead the people to the worship of him. This is what he picked. I have nothing to do with that. So I have to join in the fight. I have to go on what he said. I'm from the West. I have to put up the fight. So this is very important and something to think about. That he said it is not righteous that you turn your faces towards the east and west. Because this is where the Holy Land is at. This is where the holy sanctuaries, blessed land is at. Is in the east and west. No disrespect to the north and south. But this is where it's at. We the leading force of spirituality, of technology, of actually spirit traveling. But it has been cut off. It's been cut off, right? It's been cut off. Our ancient ancestors used to do that freely back then. Before there was any scriptures that was sent down. Before there was Jews and Christians. We was very in tune with the Creator. And this is where the belief and non-belief came in at. And this is why the flood happened, because it was belief and non-belief at that time. And Noah, peace and blessings be upon him, asked the Creator. And he destroyed the whole entire earth. He flooded it. And this is why our pyramids was built upon, because all the mud, after everything dried, all the mud set down on our pyramids. That's right. This is the actual true fact. This has happened. This is part two. This is part two. So I just want to share that with you at the end of the day, because you know why? I love you guys. And we need to each one teach one. And we need to talk about this, because spirituality is the leading force amongst us, and it should be the leading force, right? In the West. We know about the East, but the West is a blessed land, because we are the indigenous people of the West, especially of America. Us. Well, our technology and our inventions that we built, that people still use today, right now. This is actual true facts. The actual descendants of the ancient ancestors are here that taught all civilization. Taught all civilizations. We civilized the entire world. And only through spirituality we're going to get this right. It's not physical. And by praying. Fajr, Thor, As, Maghrib, Isha. Fajr, Thor, As, Maghrib, and Isha. It's by praying 5 times a day. This is actual facts. So please get the information out. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. I'm going live 2 more times today. I'm going live. But on part 2, I got to hold out because part 2 is really, really long. I just want to tell you guys that. But I have a lot of more information that I need to go live on and that I want to share amongst you guys. This channel is growing. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much that this channel is growing. Keep your eyes open and your head on a swivel. There's murder, death, kill going on here. Not just physically, but mentally, spiritually. It's murder, death, kill. Live the life, lead the life. Ain't no thing. I'm married to the game and the game is married to me. It cloak itself with your lower desires of fame, fortune, and riches. There's 3 ways out, but it only presents 2 ways out. These jails, these plantations, and death, and becoming an organ donor, and you being paralyzed in the wheelchair from the neck down. That's right. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the dopest channel out right now on YouTube. That's coming with bangers and heats, bangers and heats, bangers and heat for you and I to overcome the darkness as it spread us individually and collectively. Please don't forget to hit the notification bell. Hit it, 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 so you can know that I'm dropping bangers and heat. I'm coming with knowledge, wisdom, understanding from a spiritual eye. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. That's right. Please like, share, subscribe. Peace, y'all. Have a great, and beautiful day. Peace, y'all. Peace. Peace.